Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk. Good morning. Where are all the hearts? Usually there's hearts in the morning. It makes me happy. How come the hearts aren't working? There's no comments and no hearts. That's so bizarre. I can't see anything. It's weird. Anyway, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. I am in Atlanta, and I am going to drive home shortly. Let me see. Hold on one second. What is going on with this insanity? Let's see. Don't you hate when you have to log into, like, I don't know why none of the comments are working and there's no hearts or nothing. I mean, not that it really matters. Let's see if this works. Let's see. Oh, big shock. It doesn't matter. Have you ever tried to sign into some shit where it worked the first time? I really don't think so. I have never in my life tried to sign into something with a password where it actually worked. Anyway, people are text messaging me. They must, I don't know why, want to tell me something. Okay, so anyway, we need to talk about our men. I know we don't want to, but we need to, and it's important. There is an assumption out here that men don't suffer, that men don't feel, that they don't struggle with depression or commit suicide. There is an assumption that men, that everything rolls off their back, that they don't care about things. I know that we also, we don't really ever want to talk about it for whatever reason. Hold on, I'm going to see if this works. Just be patient with me, folks. Just be patient with me. Hold on. Okay. So anyway, we need to check on our men, okay? Because there are a lot of men out here that are really, really suffering. And the notion that they don't comes from the narrative that we have created in our own mind. We love to tell ourselves as women, like, they don't care. They're not thinking about us. They're not hurting. He doesn't care if I leave anyway. He doesn't care if I whatever. And the truth is that men right now are suffering. They're suffering. They are, and they don't have support systems. You want to talk about, like, This world is set up for women to fall apart. This world is set up for women to need counseling and for women to gossip with her girls and cry in her tea and listen to sad love songs. This world is not set up to support men. This world is not set up to support men who are sad or who feel or who need help. This world tells men, man up, buck up. Ladies, check on your men. I am telling you now, men deal with eating disorders. Men deal with depression. Men cry. Men struggle. Men need help. It is okay to pick up the slack for your man. It is okay to step in if he needs a break. It is okay to allow your man to take a break. We're out here like, we want these men to work like they're on a damn chain gang. And we want them to they can't ever have a feeling. They can't ever be in their feelings. They can't ever show any weakness. And we say, my generation, the 40-year-olds, we say we're raising different boys. We do. We say we're raising our boys different. We want them to feel also we're raising our girls different. The truth is we're not, because the world is not set up for men to ever have a feeling. They're not. Look, there are men out here right now losing everything they've built, whether it's due to mistakes they've made or the economy or whatever it might be. And we are just not set up to take care of them. And the truth is, none of us ever want to admit, because the men are supposed to be the strength, right? Men are always supposed to be the strength. And it's cool to have that, but I'm getting a lot, just so you know, when we started Coffee Talk was 98% women and 2% men. 98% women and 2% men. We are at 90% women and 10% men. Now, I know what you're thinking. 10%? That ain't nothing. There are 10%. So if there's 20,000 people listening to Coffee Talk right now, 2,000 are men. You don't think that's a lot? 2,000 are men? 2,000 men. How many of them do you think are in relationships? I would say probably 1,800 of those. 1,800 of those men are listening because they are hurting, or because they've got something weighing on them, and because their hearts are heavy, or because they feel like they don't have anybody else to listen to or talk to, or whatever the case may be. And you know what? I honestly can't remember the last time I checked on Michael. Are you good? How are you emotionally? How do you feel? Is there anything I can be doing to support you? Is there anything that you need? I don't stay checking for him like that, because I just assume he's fine. Where did that assumption come from? I have 400 fucking breakdowns a week. 400 breakdowns a week. I cry. I call Mary. I call Lorianne. I'm yelling about this. I'm crying about that. I feel some type of way about this. I'm in my feelings about that. My work this. My kids that. My mother this. My sister that. My fucking this, that. Never once do I check on, bruh, you really gonna make me start blocking motherfuckers? Excuse my language. Oh, by the way, somebody yelled at me yesterday for my language. I'm really trying to be better. I really am. Anyway, my point is, I am in and out of my feelings so many times a day. I'm Drake. I'm literally Drake at this point. And that's okay. That's how we're supposed to be. It's okay for women. We can be in and out of our feelings. We could feel some type of way. We could cry. We could fall apart. We could hate our job. We could come home and blah, blah, blah. Now imagine if our men had the freedom to have the same feelings. What if your man came home and fell apart about some shit that went down at work? What if your man came in tonight and was like, girl, you ain't gonna believe this shit. I can't put up with this anymore. This guy's got me. We would be like, I'm gonna need you to get it all the way together, right? We do it. We do it. How many times you go to your husband or your man, you're not going to believe what your mother said. You're not going to believe what my mother said. You're not going to believe what this girl said, right? Look, somebody already saying that would be weird, right? Because we don't allow men to have any feelings. They got to leave for work feeling good. They got to come home from work feeling good. They got to deal with their mother feeling good. They got to deal with your mother feeling good. They got to, they got to get rejected for sex and be okay with it. Imagine if you rejected your man. Imagine if your man rejected you for sex as many times as you've rejected him. Ladies, let's have an honest conversation. Imagine if you pressed up on your man for sex and he was like, oh, no, come on, stop. Get off me. Oh my God. I can't even imagine how some of y'all would be in my fucking DMs like, JB, he's not attracted to me. He doesn't love me. He must be cheating on me. He must be whatever. But we stay rejecting these men. We stay, get off me. I'm tired. I feel some type of way. I've got my period. My head hurts. My fucking vagina's itching. Blah. And these men are supposed to be like, okay, I'm good. My ego's straight. I'm fine. I mean, we never check on our men. We just assume they're always going to be fine. Listen, I can remember one time me trying to have sex with Michael before he left for Montgomery a couple of years ago. And he didn't want to have sex. He had already gotten dressed. He showered and got dressed. And I was emotional. And I wanted to have sex. And he was like, oh, babe, I just got dressed. I need to leave. This man walked out the door and walked down the driveway, and I ran outside in my pajamas and bare feet in like February and was like, you don't love me. You're obviously cheating on me. Fuck this and fuck you. And this marriage sucks and fuck you. Now, think about how many times the men get that. And they're just supposed to be like, okay, me and my dick are just here when you're ready. Y'all. And if you think social media only affects women and the way we view ourselves, if you think men don't notice that women are thirst commenting under every fucking naked picture of Tyrese, oh my God, your abs are meh. You think men don't notice the way women speak about some of these men and their bodies and the way they look and their money and their lifestyle? You think men aren't paying attention to that? You think they don't feel the pressure to look good, to make more money, to be something, to be like, whatever? We're not the only ones that are affected by that. And like, it's real. Men are suffering. And we never check on our men. And let me tell you this narrative that scares the crap out of me. Okay? I told my boy that a mutual friend of ours was struggling. I said, he's not good. And his response was, man, he'll be all right. Just leave him alone. I'm sorry, what? I'm telling you that our friend is not well. And your response is, man, he'll be all right. Just leave him alone. That's how we're doing men these days? Just leave him alone. Ignore the depression. It's fine. He'll be fine. I can't see the comments on Facebook, but I know y'all got to be blowing me up. I don't know why I can't see any comments. This is a new thing for some reason. But that's how we're doing men in 2019. We're just pretending that they don't, that they don't exist? Because we got to change this. And it starts in our home. We got to check on our men. We got to check on our husbands. We got to check on our sons. And we have to change the narrative with the men that we love. Our brothers, our fathers, our sons, our husbands, our lovers. When you talk about a man who is depressed or struggling with something, and a man in your life is like, man, he just got to buck up. He needs to just man up. Just leave him alone. That is your cue, ladies, to say, hold on. Hold on. That's not how we're doing it in 2019. If somebody needs us, they need us. We're not doing the buck up, man up bullshit. Because the buck up, man up bullshit leads to affairs. It leads to financial infidelity. It leads to men hanging in their fucking garages. That's what it leads to. So we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're going to check on the men we love. We're going to start a conversation. We're going to try really hard to raise our sons differently. And when we hear somebody, when you say to somebody, listen, our boy is struggling. Like, I don't think he's okay. And your other boy goes, man, he's fine. We're just going to just leave him alone. We're going to go, no, we're not leaving him alone. That's not what we're not going to do is leave him alone. We're going to let him know. We love you. We're here for you. If you need something, we got you. And we're going to allow the men in our lives a little space to feel something. And we're going to give them the same emotional courtesy that they give us. Ladies, we take on the emotional courtesy side. You don't know how I feel. I feel some type of way. I'm in my feelings. Right? And we look at our men side-eyed. When they tell us to calm down or don't get great, we're like, oh, bruh, I will fight you. Tell me to calm down. Meanwhile, a man can say one thing to us and we're like, oh my God, you're yelling at me. I feel some type of way. I'm in my feelings. We are allowed, the emotional courtesy extended to women is like, I can't even tell you. And the emotional courtesy extended to men is 0. 0. And some of the men I've noticed are getting skinnier and skinnier and nobody's saying anything to them. Like, I get that you want to work out, but I got men. I sat with a man yesterday who told me he did a 21-day water cleanse. That's not normal. To consume nothing but water for 21 days. Men are getting as savvy as women now, hiding behind the whole, like, I'm trying to cleanse the impurity. Your body is a fucking machine. It was designed by our creator. Oh, so now God doesn't know how to make a body? God's not sure what he's doing. He messed you up. You need to do what God already did. You need to just drink water for 21 days. No, our men are suffering. They don't feel good about themselves. And we're just like all like, and you know, women, we're like, ooh, how much weight you lose on the cleanse? No. Why are you doing this? What are you feeling? I'm here to talk if you want to talk. I'm saying check on the men in your life. Check on your sons, check on your husbands, check on your brothers, check on your fathers. Like, we got to let them know that there's a safe space for them. And then we don't ever do that. And then we look at them and we go, why did you lie? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you come to me? And the men are just like, have you met you? And I'm not saying it's all our fault. I'm not. I mean, we're up against centuries of, men having to be warriors and women. I'm just saying times are changing. And we just need to check on our men. That's all. That's all. And right now, like, we're all guilty in some way. We're all guilty of seeing our fathers as they age pass us by and never stopping to go, Daddy, do you have a minute? Can we just sit and talk? Are you good? How do you feel? How are things with Mom? I know she's getting older. Is there anything I can do? Do you need to talk? Do you know what I would give? Let me not even get emotional on this coffee talk, but do you know what I would give to talk to my dad for 30 seconds? 30 seconds. I would shave 10 years off my life for 30 seconds to say, are you good? Do you need anything? Check on your father-in-laws. Check on your brothers. Some of us have brothers. They're married now. They're nervous about starting a family. You know, they're buying homes. They're having kids. And we just assume, like, my brother, he's good. Like, check on your brothers. I'm not talking to mine right now, but when I do, I'm going to check on him. You know, especially, let me just say this to the black men. We love you. We see you and we love you. And this world really doesn't cut you any slack. You really don't ever get to have a bad day. Ever. So, I mean, just let the men in your life know, like, we got you. I feel like if we can do that, you know, and they won't at first they won't know how to take it, right? Because it's so ingrained in men to, like, not take any, but you got to break that down. Like, you got to break it down. You know, Michael and I go on date night once a week, and I try to talk and I try to get him to open up. You know, getting Michael to open up is like opening an aluminum can with a bobby pin. Okay? But I try. I try. Anyway, I love you guys so much. And I had this conversation with you because the men in our lives are suffering and we're not checking for them, and we need to be checking for them, and we need to be a little more patient with them, and we need to love them. And remember, if he's one, you're two, and strong ones need a strong two. And, like, you know, we could do this together. We can take care of each other. We can love each other. We can check for each other. I know we can. I know we can. Anyway, I gotta get dressed and go home. I got a 2-hour drive, probably longer. I love you. My lips are dry. I'm not doing dry January, but my lips are. I love you guys so much today. Have a great, great day.